They don't have anything. But he's there preaching the gospel. These are men that are dedicated to the Lord, and they trust in the Lord, and they sacrifice for Him. These are good men. Just can't say enough. This is the next day, and you don't see things like this in the U.S. So we drove from Lorica to Medellin, and that took a 12-hour day. And this is in the capital city of one of their northwestern states. And I asked Heine, I said, while we're in this, I said, what is this part of Colombia known for? And he said, well, brother, this is where all the rebel groups live. I said, oh, okay. So I said, is it a pretty safe place for an American to be? He says, no, brother. I'm thinking, okay, let's get out of here. and maybe 10 minutes later, we just got out of this town, and the Colombian military stops us. And I'm going, oh boy, this is going to be fun. And come to find out, they were warning us. They gave us a pamphlet. They're warning us that there's landmines all in that area, and we need to be on watch. And they said, if the pamphlet had pictures of these landmines, and then it had on the back of it had all these phone numbers, what to do in case you step on a landmine, who to call, you know. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. But anyway, there are still pockets in Colombia that are pretty active with the rebel groups, and these guys, they're pretty vicious. So thankfully we didn't run into any of those people. But you know what I said to myself is, I'm doing God's work. He will take care of me. He'll take care of all of us. And we're here to do His work. And I'd go back tomorrow to help any of those people, because they are just doing some incredible things for the Lord in this part of the world. And it is a wonderful thing for this congregation to be a part of that. I don't like fish, and I had to eat some fish on this trip, but it's just not my thing. And so Heine, we're headed to Medellin on the last Friday, and Heine just had to stop because this guy's on the side of the road selling these fish. Look, brother, I'm going to buy these. And he rolls down the window, and that guy brings those up, and he's holding them there, and the fish smell is just, it's knocking me down. And there's flies everywhere. And I'm just like, I can't believe anybody would eat this stuff. But this is a little bit different place in Colombia than where we had been, so evidently these fish are all over the place there. But just not my thing. And then that was late that day. We were driving back through the mountains. And that's an 18-wheeler coming for us. And that was all the time. So it was just an interesting trip. We had gone from 100 degrees down at sea level to this point we're about 6,000 feet elevation. So it's quite cool out. So you just had all kinds of different things. I've just taken you through 100 pictures out of about 1,600 pictures. There's so much, and I've gone 10 minutes longer than I planned. There's so much that I couldn't even scratch the surface to tell you. I want to go back sometime in the future, and I really would love for some of you to go. It'll change your life. This work, if this work that Kettering is helping in is beyond the worth of what we're doing, we should take pride in how we've been able to help over the last 25 years. And I want to encourage us to be praying for these Christians that are down there, to thank God for their dedication and their sacrifice, and look for other opportunities on how we can serve them. This is a good work. And the great thing about this is, rather than going to India or the Philippines or other places in the world, while there's good work going on in those places too, what's so great about Colombia is it's relatively close, it's relatively inexpensive to get there, and it's usually on the same time zone as we are. So and while it is very much a third world country, the brethren will go out of their way to make you feel comfortable. And they'll teach you some things about God. So we get the opportunity in the future to go back. I hope some of you would consider going with me, because it'll change your life. thank you again for the opportunity to let me go. And thank you for your work and care about the work in Colombia. It's an honor to go. It's an honor to serve. It's an honor to serve you as well. Thank you. God bless.